The document begins by introducing the concept of karma, a Pali term often translated as action or deed, particularly referring to intentional actions. According to Buddhist teachings, every action has consequences known as vipaka, or results. These consequences can be immediate, manifest later in life, or even carry over into future lives. The fundamental principle is that wholesome actions lead to favorable outcomes, while unwholesome actions result in suffering. The Buddha taught that not all actions produce karma. For an action to generate karma, it must be intentional. The document explains that even unintentional actions, if repeated often enough, can become habitual and thus intentional, eventually producing karma. This highlights the importance of mindfulness and intentionality in daily life. The habitual nature of actions underscores the Buddha's teachings on the significance of cultivating good habits and being mindful of one's thoughts, speech, and deeds. The document categorizes karma into three types based on when the results, or vipaka, manifest. First, there are immediate results. Some actions produce results in the present life, either immediately or after a short delay. For instance, acts of kindness might lead to immediate happiness or relief, while harmful deeds may result in immediate discomfort or trouble. Second, we have delayed results. Other actions might produce results later in life. An example given is that of a person who engages in unwholesome behavior during youth, but only experiences the consequences in old age. Finally, there are future life results. Some actions do not produce results in the current lifetime but manifest in future lives. The belief in rebirth is central to this understanding, where karma from past lives influences one's current circumstances. The text stresses the importance of adhering to the 5 precepts as a means of avoiding negative karma. These precepts form the foundation of Buddhist ethical conduct and include: first, abstaining from killing. This precept covers not only the taking of human life but also extends to all living beings. It emphasizes the sanctity of life and the importance of compassion. Second, abstaining from stealing. This precept highlights the value of honesty and respect for others' property. It is not merely about avoiding theft but also about being fair and just in all dealings. Third, abstaining from sexual misconduct. This precept promotes respect for oneself and others in matters of sexual relations, emphasizing the importance of fidelity and ethical sexual behavior. Fourth, abstaining from false speech. This precept underscores the importance of truthfulness, integrity, and the power of words. It includes avoiding lies, gossip, and slander. Finally, abstaining from intoxicants. The final precept advises against the use of intoxicants that cloud the mind, as a clear and mindful mind is essential for ethical conduct and spiritual practice. The document emphasizes that following these precepts leads to positive karma, resulting in a happier and more harmonious life. The role of good karma cultivating positive actions. The text elaborates on the importance of generating good karma through positive actions. The Buddha encouraged the cultivation of wholesome actions, such as generosity or dana. Acts of giving, whether material, time, or effort, are highly praised in Buddhism. Generosity leads to the accumulation of merit, which can result in prosperity and happiness in this life and future lives. Showing respect for elders and teachers is also emphasized. Respect to those who are worthy, such as parents, teachers, and spiritual leaders, is seen as a way to cultivate humility and earn respect in return. Additionally, cultivating virtues like patience, humility, and loving kindness are forms of good karma. These virtues not only benefit the individual but also contribute to the well-being of society. Overcoming negative karma, the path to purification. While the document acknowledges that past negative actions, or bad karma, cannot be undone, it offers guidance on how to mitigate their effects. The Buddha taught that accumulating good karma through present actions can dilute the effects of past bad karma. The practice of meditation, developing wisdom, or panna, and cultivating loving kindness or metta are highlighted as powerful means to overcome the negative influences of past actions. The text also discusses the concept of kamic debt, the idea that the results of past actions must be experienced unless mitigated by intense good karma. This reinforces the importance of consistent ethical practice and mindfulness in daily life. Karma and rebirth, the cycle of samsara. A significant portion of the document is devoted to explaining the relationship between karma and rebirth. According to Buddhist belief, the results of karma are not confined to the present life. The accumulated karma from countless past lives influences one's present circumstances, including one's physical health, social status, and mental disposition. The Buddha taught that understanding this cycle of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, is essential for spiritual liberation. The document highlights the importance of using one's current life to accumulate good karma and to strive for liberation from samsara through the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path, which includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The distinction between worldly merit and spiritual merit. The text makes an important distinction between actions that bring worldly merit and those that contribute to spiritual merit. Worldly merit refers to actions that lead to benefits within samsara, such as wealth, social status, and happiness. These are considered temporary and bound to the cycle of rebirth. In contrast, spiritual merit is gained through actions that lead to liberation from samsara. This includes practices like meditation, renunciation, and the development of wisdom. The document emphasizes that while worldly merit is not to be dismissed, the ultimate goal should be to accumulate spiritual merit for the sake of achieving nirvana, the cessation of suffering. Self-reliance in spiritual practice. The document's title, Only We Can Help Ourselves, encapsulates the central message of self-reliance in spiritual practice. The Buddha taught that while external support from teachers, friends, and community is important, the responsibility for one's spiritual progress ultimately rests with the individual. This is in line with the Buddhist teaching of Attahi Atano Natho, the self is its own protector. The text encourages readers to take control of their spiritual destiny by diligently following the Buddha's teachings, practicing ethical conduct, and striving for personal transformation. The emphasis is on personal effort, mindfulness, and the cultivation of good karma as the means to overcome suffering and achieve spiritual liberation. Conclusion: the power of karma in shaping our lives. In conclusion, the document reiterates the profound impact of karma on all aspects of life. It serves as a reminder that every thought, word, and deed has consequences that shape our future, both in this life and in future existences. By understanding and applying the principles of karma, one can take control of their destiny, avoid suffering, and ultimately achieve spiritual liberation. The teachings of Venerable Dhammavudo Thero, as presented in this document, offer practical guidance for anyone seeking to live a moral life, develop spiritual wisdom, and navigate the complex interplay of actions and their results. The text serves as a comprehensive guide to understanding the workings of karma and emphasizes that the path to liberation lies in our own hands.